Today is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. I am driving to the chiropractor, functional medicine doctor for a brand new treatment today. I really don't know what to expect from this. It's hard for me to describe because I don't fully understand it, but the doctor insists that this is going to be critical in helping me, so I'm trusting that, you know? And it has to do with biofeedback and then doing something with a laser as a result of what is learned from the biofeedback. And I don't understand it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do everything that I can within my power, within my ability, within my resources to fight this. I was able yesterday to go the entire day without any liquid Oxycontin, without that pain medicine. I was able to sleep through the night without pain medicine. And yesterday, I was able to eat with reduced pain. And the only thing yesterday that I did was the PEMF and that laser to my chest for inflammation, leading me to conclude that it worked, that it's helped. Today, as I was eating breakfast, it was once again painful to swallow. So that effect, that benefit was a temporary benefit, but temporary or not, I'll take it. Relief is relief. And where I can find it, I'm most grateful to receive it, to accept it. As I'm driving, I've been listening to music that makes me smile, that makes me tear up with joy, and that's what I've been doing. Making some calls to take care of things. I had a visit this morning from the hospice nurse, and my hospice nurse has accepted a job in another city. And so today was actually goodbye. And I really like this nurse, so I'm sad that she's going, but I'm happy for her because she's moving on to bigger and better things. So as she was leaving, I asked, may I pray for you? And I just wanted to pray God's favor and blessings to follow her in her career and his wisdom to be with her, and his protection to surround her because she would be commuting. So I got to pray for her. And here I am now for this treatment, and really wondering what this is going to be like. It's all unexplored territory for me. This is all new information, new experiences. Again, if you had asked me a year ago what I would be doing today, I would have never guessed any of this. But so is God's will. And so is my response then, to accept God's will and to walk in confidence and in boldness into this unknown, into this unexplored area. But now it's time to do it. So let's see what happens. So here I am with my doctor, and we are looking at a biofeedback machine. And I don't quite understand fully what it is that we're going to do, but I'm excited to do it. As I mentioned before, I have a total commitment to seeing this through. I'm not giving up, and I'm going to avail myself of whatever technology, solutions, and opportunities present themselves to me by the grace of God. And here I am with my physician, and we're ready to do something interesting.
Absolutely. Michael, when I start this today, we are going to take this little metal rod, and it's like an anode cathode, positive, negative, okay?
Okay.
And when we put it in your hand, we're going to send electrical currents that represent certain frequencies.
Okay.
Okay, so as we send these frequencies to you, if your nervous system senses that frequency is a threat, then it sets up kind of a fight or flight program because it wants to protect you. And remember, if you have fight or flight, that means it's an emotional evaluation, an emotional VIN number of what these frequencies or items or emotions mean to you. So whenever you spike in protection, that should make the physical reflex of your body promote symptoms. Now, not with this instrument, but in real life scenarios. So you're scanning the environment for these things that you've had experiences with in the past, so that these things that seem like tigers to you, you can go into a state of protection and you wouldn't have to relearn that lesson again. So that's part of your fight or flight, which is a part of your 98% subconscious.
Okay.
So as we send these signals to you, if you spike 8 times randomly and put you into a fight or flight zone, well, then we know that's a protection, which is part of your perfect operating software, God's perfect operating software.
Okay.
So that's no mistake, but the perception of it may have been based on it being in an environment while you felt stress. So that was one of the players that puts you into a state that looks like maybe disease, but in reality, perfectly protecting you.
Okay.
Okay? So when we pick up the frequencies that you're spiking to 8 times randomly, I'm just going to send it back to you with an infrared laser. And whenever you get into an infrared booth, what do? You relax, it opens up your pores, you mass produce energy, ATP, you alkalize your body, right? It's very soothing, but it puts you into a state of healing. We all need infrared, and you can't escape it on Earth. Okay? So it's a light that you absolutely need. It makes you release endorphins and enkephalins, take up serotonin and dopamine. So whenever I deliver frequencies that were previously perceived as a threat, then I introduce them with you releasing endorphins and enkephalins and taking up serotonin and dopamine, a positive reinforcement. Then in theory, it should shut down your defense mechanism and allow you to perceive it like I would, because I didn't have that experience. So you can learn things are a threat and set up parameters that might look like an itis, a skin disorder, an allergy. Or you can eliminate with a positive reinforcement. And why would you defend yourself with the proper, perfect tissues, with a proper, perfect operating godly software that all species have?
All right. So what I'm hearing is I'm about to experience something incredible. So thank you for being a part of this with me today. The second part of today's treatment is the PEMF. Pretty much 20 minutes. So it is now evening. I'm back at home, and I can say that the PEMF, the laser, and whatever else we did today seems to have helped. And again, I'm not one that is typically susceptible to a placebo effect, meaning that I'm not going to convince myself that something is good if, in fact, I'm not seeing an objective proof of that. And I'm seeing objective proof that this is working. I can feel my pain level has decreased inside my body. I was able to eat. Again, keep in mind, Saturday and Sunday, I was screaming in pain as I was eating. And I was able to eat today just as I was yesterday. And I felt light after everything. Now, my chiropractor, he's an incredibly generous man. He did multiple things for me today. I got the PEMF, I had the biofeedback, I had the laser treatment on my chest, and he adjusted me and and then I had another laser treatment that is related to the biofeedback. And I can't even begin to explain to you what that is. I'm still trying to make sense of it myself. So there were many things that my doctor did for me. And by the time I left, I felt light. I felt energized. I felt better. And there's something I haven't talked about because I just didn't see the need to. I had been using a machine called a Rife machine, but it turned out that that machine was a little cumbersome because I needed hours of exposure to that machine. And the machine that I had required that I hold on to some plasma tubes and have my feet pressed against some metal plates. Well, I ended up returning that machine, and I've been waiting for another machine to arrive. And the other machine is a machine that someone made possible for me to purchase that is probably considered the premier machine. And it still hasn't arrived, so I've been without the ability to use that machine for some time. But it's okay. Everything is under God's control. So I'm not fretting about it. I'm just aware. But I share this with you that this technology that I'm waiting for, I'll be able to run it all night while I sleep or during the day and still be productive and not be locked into holding anything. I'll be able to move and carry on with my day-to-day activities. So time is of the essence for all of these things, but I am very optimistic. You know, as I was driving to the doctor's office, I was singing. And when I drove back, I was singing. In fact, I'll tell you this, it's almost unbelievable. Whatever that laser is doing in my esophagus area seems to be softening up those tissues that have been damaged over the years. And as I was singing for a moment, I actually thought, maybe this is bad hearing, but I actually thought that I was able to carry a note once again. I don't know. It could be my ears deceiving me, and if somebody else were in the car, they might have said, "Oh, Michael, please stop." But that's all right. I was singing because that's what my heart was telling me to do. I wasn't performing. So, today, good day. Feeling better. And believing in all of the possibilities. My doctor challenged me today about, once again, talking about fighting. And he made a really persuasive argument for not talking about me fighting the cancer, but rather focusing on the language of healing my body. And it is a much more positive way to frame what I'm doing. The tweak is this, that I want to give God glory for everything. I don't want to take even the slightest bit of credit if it's not due to me. So perhaps the language tweak that I need to make is not that I'm fighting cancer, but that I am surrendering to God to heal my body, while simultaneously doing my part as He makes it known, and not surrendering my will to live. Perhaps that is how I will speak about my health situation moving forward. It's all good because God is good.